Wogma, your Hindi movie review destination. This episode of Wogma brings you the review of Shaadisthan. It is a summary of an intense drawing room conversation about women's oppression in everyday life. Charming when it isn't coming off like a lecture from one India to another. Shaadisthan's focus is the most intriguing bit. Women's oppression in a specific section of society. Not rural women, not poor women, not women from a particular caste. These are women who have migrated from villages to the cities and are minimally wavered by the modern environment. Women who try their best to teach their daughters to not argue with their dads. Women who are continually doing the right thing, worrying about their husbands, even as the husbands are putting them down. And this is intriguing not because it is new or unfamiliar. On the contrary, it is straight out of my life. I have seen these women, my relatives and friends. Well, I might have just about narrowly escaped from becoming one of them. And since I call it an escape, I should have been with the woman trying to empower and enable the submissive one, right? Instead, I feel like asking her to back off. I also questioned if my discomfort came from her showing me a mirror that had too much of a clear reflection. I wondered if I was shaken a bit by the many pointed questions I was asking my older self. Ultimately, though, it was more to do with how high-handed the modern voice sounded. The regressive voice points it out too, but that just doesn't seem enough to shake the uneasiness off. I wouldn't talk to a friend or an aunt with such superiority. Evidently, though, I was continuously engaged with the film's characters. The film itself doesn't have much of an arc like most stories that span a couple of days. It is about the situations the characters find themselves in and how they find their way out. And that's where I felt let down. The transformations happen too quickly and rather too conveniently. Fortunately, until then though, we see two strong relationships form between the three women. Mature conversations between Sasha and Arshi's mom are all too familiar. One questioning the other counter-arguing, both listening. The conversations between Arshi and her mother, on the other hand, are muted through eyes. Words become kind of unnecessary. Of course, all three actresses, Kirti, Kulhari, Nivedita, Bhattacharya and Medha Shankar, do a wonderful job of making their characters seem like they are right out of real life. These relationships kept my attention despite my discomfort. So watch Shaadisthan sometime, someday, but for sure. For those who know the situation all too well, it will be relatable. For those who don't, it is worth empathizing. The movie feels like a crisp yet unhurried discussion that these two groups would have if they ever met. From a parental guidance point of view, violence, there's just a minimal fist fight. Language, there is a lot of abusive usage of words. And there is one conversation about sex, but nothing too overt otherwise. And the concept is oppression of women due to societal norms, right? And you can watch this on Disney plus Hotstar. That's it from Wogma today. Visit wogma.com for a written review. That's wogma.com. Bye and have an awesome one.